Hi everybody, my name is Rachel and I have been a part of the Mylo community for some time now, and I am so happy that I can come here today and talk to all you wonderful mommies out there. And just quick introduction about me. As I said, my name is Rachel. I am a mother to a 10-month-old daughter, and I am also a full-time blogger. I run a blog on sharing my stories on motherhood, on parenting skills, pregnancy skills. So I've been doing that for some time now, and today I'm here because I want to talk to you about a very important topic, about something which gets neglected a lot with new mothers but shouldn't be. So I'm here to talk about postpartum depression and postpartum anxiety, right? So what happens is, a lot of people, first, they do not realize that they are suffering from something called postpartum depression or postpartum anxiety. Second, people tend to confuse the two of them. If you're having depression, you think you're having postpartum anxiety, and vice versa. So there's a lot of confusion regarding that. And obviously, the third most important thing is, if you realize that you are suffering from something like this, what do you do? What's the next step? Okay, like, how do you conquer this issue? How do you go ahead and solve this issue? So these are the few things that I just want to talk about today. If you have any questions, feel free to write them down on the comment box below, and I will go ahead and try to answer as much as possible. We are here to help. We are here to understand each other, and that's what we're doing. Also, as I would like to mention, I am not a professional psychiatrist, or I'm not a professional doctor. I'm just a regular mommy. So I have gone through it, and that's the reason why I'm able to share this with you. So this is not a medical advice. I'm not going to give any kind of medical advice. I'm not going to go ahead and say this is it and this is what happens. No, I'm sharing my experience. I'm sharing what I learned during my motherhood journey, and maybe this can go ahead and help you. All right, so let's begin. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about postpartum depression. Now, as I said, there are two things. One is postpartum depression, and the second is postpartum anxiety. They are two different issues. You may have either one of them, or you can have both, but they are two different. Like, think of them as they're like cousins, right? They belong to the same family, but they are two different entities. So postpartum depression is a little bit more severe than postpartum anxiety. Postpartum depression can actually last a bit more longer than postpartum anxiety, but they both cause a lot of issues. Obviously, they both hamper mommies like us who are suffering from it in taking care of their babies, in looking after them properly, and it can cause a lot of issues. So the best thing to know, the best thing to do is actually, let's go ahead and figure out if we have it, and if we do, what do we do next? So postpartum and depression. Now, we all know the word depression. We when we talk about depression, we think we're sad, we're upset, we feel bad about something, we're just sad about things. That's what depression usually signifies. But in postpartum depression, it's not just sadness. Okay, moms who suffer from postpartum depression, it can start anywhere, right from the time you give birth, or even before you give birth. It can start from then, or it can start a week, 2 week, even a month later after you've given birth. So it can start at any time. But the way it is different from normal, you know, baby blues. A lot of people say baby blues, which means, you just feel a little sad and overwhelmed, and am I doing it correctly? Am I doing things the right way? Those kind of feelings every mom has. So postpartum depression is different, because postpartum depression can go on for a longer period of time, and it can cause a lot of other issues if it remains undetected and untreated. right? So what happens when you have postpartum depression? How do you know you have postpartum depression? A few indicators of postpartum depression is: one, you feel extreme sadness, extreme feeling of guilt, a feeling of helplessness. You feel like you're not doing a good job. You keep thinking you're not a good mom, you're not taking care of your baby in a proper way, you're not doing the things correctly, you're probably causing some issues for your baby, you're causing more harm to your baby than taking care. These kind of thoughts you keep getting in your head all the time. You will have you'll be very irritable, you will be very angry, you will not be able to enjoy the things that you used to before. You will not feel like interacting with people or talking to people or meeting other people or doing things that you liked doing before you had the baby. You will feel a sense of like I said, helplessness. Like you just don't know what to do, and you feel lonely, like nobody's helping you, nobody's there to take care of you, nobody's understanding you. You're all alone for the baby and you probably don't know what you're doing right. So you get these kind of feelings a lot. You will cry a lot, you will feel like crying a lot, and you will probably cry a lot. And one very special indicator of postpartum depression is there are certain times during the day when you will want to cry a lot and you feel very sad. Like, for example, in my case, it was early morning. So when I used to wake up from sleep, that time, about like an hour or two after I used to wake up, was the time every day when I used to be very sad, very upset. I used to cry a lot. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no idea why I got into this, this motherhood journey. Why was this happening to me? All of those things. That 2 hours in the morning was terrible for me. And it happened every day, right? So, yes, there might be a certain time during the day, and it can vary from mom to mom. So, there might be a certain time during the day when you will feel extra sad, you will feel very horrible, you will feel like crying a lot, right? So that's one indicator that you are suffering from postpartum depression. Also, as I said, that you're going to feel there might be some moms who can also not feel very connected to their children or their child. They will not have that loving bond. They will not want to, like, take care of their kids. They will want to stay away from the kids. I do know of a lot of moms who've suffered from this. In fact, there might be some moms who would want to leave their kids and just go away because they don't want to get into this. They just want to run away, they just want to escape. So these kind of thoughts you might have, and it can stem from the fact that you feel like you're not being a good mom. You feel like you're not doing a good job for your child. You are not taking care of your child properly, and so you think your child will be better off without you. If you're not there, your child will be better, happy. So those things, these are the indicators. Some moms can actually go to the extreme. If postpartum depression becomes very extreme, some moms may also feel like harming themselves or their children, their child. They might think of, doing something to themselves, causing some kind of harm to themselves. They might feel like, causing some kind of harm to their kid. So this also happens with a lot of moms. A lot of moms do go through this. People don't understand. They might not think of it as postpartum depression, but unfortunately it is. And a lot of moms go through this. So if you are one of a mom who's going through something like this, you are not alone. You are definitely not alone. There are a lot of moms going through this kind of problem, and it's very common. It is very, very common. It just takes a little bit for people to understand what it is, but it's very common, and it's definitely treatable. It's not something that you need to be scared about. It's not something that's going to be with you forever. No, it's treatable. You can get out of it. You will be able to get a good bond with your child. You will be able to connect with your child. Everything's going to be fine. That's what I'm here to tell you. It's going to be fine. You are going through it, but it's going to be absolutely fine, right? So yes, so this was postpartum depression. Now comes to postpartum anxiety. What is postpartum anxiety? Basically, it's not you feeling sad, it's more of you feeling scared or anxious. This can happen a lot after your baby is born, quite some time, maybe a month or 2 months also after your baby is born. Sometimes the postpartum depression may move on to anxiety or vice versa, right? But in most cases, it's that feeling. So have you, I mean, again, I'm going to ask a lot of moms, have you ever felt like, how am I going to protect my kid? How am I going to take care of my children? How can I make sure nothing bad happens to them? What happens to my baby if something happens to me? What if I'm not there in your life? What if something horrible happens to me and I'm not able to be with my child? I'm sure a lot of moms will connect with this. I'm sure a lot of moms will say, yes, I've had this feeling. Yes, I've been through this. That's postpartum anxiety. That's because you're feeling anxious. You are thinking about scenarios which probably will never happen, thinking about scenes that has never happened before, but you think that that might happen, and then what? What are you going to do? How are you going to protect your child? So postpartum anxiety, in my opinion, comes a lot from your fierce need to protect your child. That's where the anxiety part comes, right? So depression is the part where you're just overwhelmed. You just don't know what is happening. Why am I doing this? Why? That's depression. You just don't know how to fix things or figure things out. You're on a very, very new journey. You have no idea what to do, right? Postpartum anxiety is kind of the opposite. It's that need to protect your child. It's that need to do anything to make sure your kid is okay, your kid is fine. There's nothing wrong with your baby. Your baby is healthy. Your baby is well taken care of. That fierce need to protect your child, right? So that's postpartum anxiety and that's postpartum depression. Okay. There are a lot of indicators of postpartum anxiety and postpartum depression. As I said, for depression, it lasts for a longer period of time. Every mom will go through some amount of helplessness, sadness, emotional problems after they give birth. That's normal. But if it is going on for a longer period of time, it is hampering you from taking care of your baby. It is hampering you from doing other work. It is stopping you from giving your fullest into whatever you are doing. It is hampering you from living your life. That's moving on to the depression part, right? It's extending onto that. It's just not going away. That is when you need to get help, right? So now the most important part that comes is, what do you do if you think you have postpartum depression or you have postpartum anxiety? So the first thing I would want to tell all mommies out there, if you think you have that, do not get upset. It is not a problem. It is not something you need to be sad, embarrassed, depressed, unhappy about. Okay. Mainly, I have heard a lot of moms say that they're embarrassed that they're going through something like this, right? They think they have some mental issues. Yes, you are going through a little bit of mental instability. You are going through a little bit of mental stress. That is not a problem. That is not something you need to be embarrassed about. It happens. It happens to all mothers. It is not something you need to hide. Do not hide it. Do not hide. So that's my most important thing. If you think you're going through something like this, do not try to hide it from people. Do not feel embarrassed about it and say, oh my God, what will people say? What will people think? They might think that, I have some problem. I have some issues. No, you do not need to feel that way. We all go through it. I've gone through it. I am sure a lot of mothers have gone through it or are going through it. So don't feel bad or embarrassed. First things you need to do is find help, right? Find help. You can find help depending on how stressed out or how depressed you are or how much anxiety you are feeling, based on that, you can go ahead and seek help from either a professional or someone in your family. You can go to a professional psychiatrist, you can go to a professional doctor. They can treat you, they can go ahead and give you some kind of supplements, they can go ahead, give you some kind of I won't say medications, but yeah, supplements, because a lot of time these things can also get triggered because of some imbalance in our body. If we have like less of vitamin D3, or there's an imbalance of certain vitamins in your body, that can also trigger these kinds of depressions and anxiety. So the doctors will go ahead and give you some supplements for that. They will also go ahead and prescribe some kind of a routine for you that you need to follow. They can go ahead and prescribe exercising that you need to do. So based on how your mental condition is, based on how much you are upset or depressed, or your what's your level or how long it's been, the doctors will go ahead and suggest the appropriate measures for you. So that's the first thing. If you do not want to go to a doctor, if for any reason you think that's not something you would want to do or is possible, no worries. Talk to somebody in your house. Find someone. Ideally, it should be your husband, as in my case it was. It was him that I went to and I spoke to, and whenever I had to cry and I just didn't know what to do, I just went to him, and I would just talk and talk and talk and tell him, and he would just listen. And that helps a lot when you're talking about it. When you're unburdening yourself, you really, really find some amount of peace. So find somebody in your house who can go ahead and help you in this way, someone you can talk to, someone you can discuss these issues with, someone who's there to listen to you. That's most important. They don't need to really give you an advice, they need to listen to you. So find somebody like that and go to that person and unwind yourself. Every time you feel like you're going to get a panic attack, which is again a very big indicator of postpartum anxiety, panic attacks, you just don't know what to do. So anytime you feel like you're going to get a panic attack, go to that person, talk to that person, tell that person what you're feeling, how you're feeling, why you're feeling, even if you think it's absolutely irrational. Because some of the scenarios that I think about, involving me, my baby and family, are absolutely irrational. I know that, but I can't help it. It's there in my head and now it's just eating me up. So go and talk to the person and tell that, because that other person will be able to see and understand how irrational it is, and tell that to you in a nice way, that what, don't think about it. It's not going to happen. This is not going to happen. This is not something you need to be worried about. Trust me, if somebody tells you that, it helps a lot. You will automatically feel like, yes, true, correct, that's really not something which can happen. So again, as I said, all of this I'm saying is from my own experience. So please feel free to put down your experiences in the comment, and what were the things that helped you a lot. Did this way of talking to someone help you, or was that something else? Please put it down in the comments below, so that other mommies can also avail that advice. So yes, so postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety, best way to tackle it: talk to someone, find a professional help. If not, find somebody from your family who's there for you, who's able to sit and listen to you, who's able to talk to you about this thing without making fun of you. I mean, I know personal experience, that's the first thing that we're very scared of, that we think people are going to make fun of us. So, and who knows, somebody might also, so find someone who will not do that, who you can talk to without any hesitation, and whose advice you would listen to also. Like, I know I will listen to my husband if he tells me, if he reassures me that, Rachel, this is not going to happen, this is not something that happens. I listen to that. I that makes me feel nice, and that makes me feel like, true, yes, correct, this is not going to happen. So find someone like that. Third thing is exercising. Exercising helps a lot. If you are able to, if you have the space, if you have the time, the energy, get some exercise done. It could be just something as simple as walking, or maybe a little bit of skipping, a little bit of jogging. You don't have to go through the whole gym thing. Okay, exercise, get a bit of exercise in. That is going to help you a lot. That is going to, calm you down a lot. And while exercising is the time when, you will get a lot of thoughts in your head, but it is the time when you will be able to think rationally. So exercising is very important. Another thing which helped me a lot was meditation. Simple meditation of breathing in, breathing out. That's it. Simple breathing in, breathing out technique meditation is so wonderful, is so wonderful. I can't even begin to explain how good it is. Every time I thought I would get a panic attack and I probably couldn't talk to my husband, or if he had to take care of the baby, so obviously if he's taking care of the baby and he can't sit with me also, I would just find one corner, just sit down, put in my earphones, put in some relaxing music, 10 minutes, deep breathe in, breathe out technique. You will be so happy after that. Your mind automatically calms down. You are so relaxed. You start thinking straight. You start realizing that all your fears are just a part of your head and they're not actually happening. You will be able to start thinking correctly. You will start bonding with your child even more. Meditation helps a lot. So yes, I will always say, even if you're not suffering from postpartum anxiety or depression, as a new mom, you will be overwhelmed, you will be tired, you will be anxious, you will have certain feelings inside you that you can't control. Meditate. Please meditate and you will thank me, I am sure. So that's something very important that I found. So please do that. And while we are on this topic, it also automatically goes to the point that when you're meditating, you are on your own. There's nobody there. There's no husband, no mother, father, child, nobody around. It's just you with your thoughts, with your breathing. So the bottom line is you need some me time. Yes, your child is very important. Yes, you are going to dedicate your time, energy, love, everything for your child. You will do that. But you need to find some time for yourself. Some me time is required. Find 1 hour, half an hour. Have somebody in your house hold the baby for you. Take care of the baby for you when the baby is safe, fed and slept and in a playful mood. Somebody can sit with the baby, play with the baby. Go take some time out for yourself. Read a book, watch something, listen to some music. Just lie down, or as I said, meditate, do some kind of meditation, go out for a little bit of a walk, or just sit, but just get me time, right? You don't do anything. That is not the time when you are going to do your work, when you're going to do your laundry, when you're going to clean your utensils. No, you're not going to do anything. You're not going to do any work. You're just going to, be with yourself. You're going to love yourself. You're going to think about yourself. You are going to read something which is going to relax your mind. You're going to listen to some music which is going to make you happy, which is going to make you feel nice. You are going to, eat something nice. Get a piece of chocolate cake and, just sit and eat it, enjoying that cake. Just no eating it quickly because the baby's crying or anything. No, eat it at peace, whatever it be. But get some me time. That is going to help you. That is going to relax you. Again, that will give you peace of mind. That will help you connect better with your baby. That will help you connect better with your husband, with your family members. It will help you because you are relaxed from inside. If you're not relaxed from inside, everybody will overwhelm you. Everybody will make you feel like, why does everybody need me? Why can't anybody do anything without me? Why do I have to do everything? You get that kind of feeling. But if you find some time for yourself, you will be able to better connect with everybody, especially your kid. So find some time for yourself. Pamper yourself, relax. I understand now it's a corona time. We can't go out. We can't go to salons. We can't do anything. Just pamper yourself in some way. Get a bucket of hot water, put some nice salt in it, dip your legs in it, lie down, relax, let your legs relax and take out the pain. Just do that. Just pamper yourself in that way. Put on a face mask and just lie down. Put on the earphones and just lie down. Relax. It is going to help you. It's going to help you a lot. Do not think about anything at that time, right? Except for your own self. Do not think about anything. So these are the few things that I have done, that I have that has helped me. Like I said, my baby is 10 months old now, and I still suffer from bouts of anxiety. There are still occasions when I get very scared about different kind of things, and these are the few things which I follow to calm myself down, right? If you really think none of these things are helping you, I will strongly suggest get some professional help. Do not feel bad about it. Do not feel embarrassed about it. Get some professional help. Talk to a doctor. Talk to your gynecologist. Maybe, she might be able to connect you with somebody who can help you. So talk to your gynecologist. Explain to her what's happening with you. And these things will go away. They will go away with treatment, with supplement, with these kind of exercising, meditation. These things will go away. A certain amount of anxiety will always be there in every mom's. Even if your kid is like 40 years old also, you will still always be anxious about your kid. That's something you can't do anything about. But these moments of depression, these moments of anxiety, these what we call postpartum depression and postpartum anxiety, these things will go away. You will be able to overcome it. You will be able to enjoy your time with your kid. You will be able to enjoy your moments, create memories with your kids. It's actually one of my best friend, she actually gave me a very good advice. So she recently had her second baby as well, and during her first baby, she did go through a lot of postpartum depression issues. And now, when I tell her about my issues, I talk to her and I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm so scared, I'm so worried. And she gave me very good advice. She was like, you know what, I've been through it, I've gone through this thing, and I only realized that I missed out on creating a lot of memories with my kid because of these issues, because of this thing that I'm scared of and all. Now when I look back and I realize, oh my God, I missed out on doing so much with my baby. She just grew up and I didn't even realize, because I was so overwhelmed with my depression, my inability to connect with her, my inability to connect with anyone. I missed out on that. So now with the second child, she's like, I am just going to relax. I'm not going to think about bad thoughts, and I'm just going to relax and I'm going to enjoy every moment. I'm creating memories. I am creating memories with my baby. And I really like that. I really like that line. And so when I get upset and depressed now, I think of that no, I am not going to feel bad. I am not going to feel scared. I am not going to feel afraid. I am creating memories with my baby. I am going to laugh, I am going to play, I am going to enjoy, and I'm going to create memories with my baby. I'm going to take a lot of pictures with her. I'm going to take a lot of fun videos with her. I'm going to teach her new things. I'm going to enjoy my time with her. I am going to learn new different things to bake, different ways to cook, different kind of cuisine, so that when my baby is big enough to enjoy all this food, I will be an expert in cooking all these things and make all these things for her. So I'm going to enjoy that time. I'm going to use this time to learn new things, to create new things, create new memories. I am not going to waste this time being afraid, being scared, being depressed. I am not going to do that. So I don't know if this advice might also help you. Maybe, every time you feel scared or worried, just close your eyes and think, no, 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 no. I'm going to create memories with my baby. I'm not going to waste this time being afraid. No, no, no. So I hope this video helps you all. I hope this video gives you some idea on what needs to be done, on what should be done. Again, like I said, I am not a medical professional, so I can only give you advice based on my experience. You should always consult a doctor if you think anything is wrong, and if you think something is not going the way you think it should, always consult your doctor. Always talk to them, or talk to someone in your house who can advise you what needs to be done. um, Make sure that make sure that you stay happy, you stay healthy, you're eating well, you're exercising well, you are spending time with your baby as much as you can. That's my best advice that I can give you. And I'm just 10 months into this journey, so I also have a lot to learn, I have a lot to understand, I have a lot to go through. But in my limited knowledge, in my limited time, whatever I have learned, I have just shared it with you. Again, my name is Rachel, mommy to a 10-month-old, and I'm a full-time blogger. You can always go ahead and check out my blog. I run a blog called Chai and Nappies, so you can always check that out, Chai and Nappies. And I talk a lot about postpartum depression there as well. I have spoken a lot about other issues as well that comes after 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 you've given birth. So what I would want to say here is mental health after you have a baby is extremely important. If you as a mom is not at peace, if you as a mom is not relaxed, if you as a mom is going through a lot of mental issues, it will definitely impact the way you take care of your baby. It will impact your baby's mental health as well. It will impact the way your baby responds to different things. It does. So this is the reason why I say that you should not ignore your mental health. You're taking care of your physical health after giving birth. You're taking care of your family's health, of your baby's health. You're taking care of all of those things. Do not ignore your mental health. Mental health is crucial. Mental health is important. It is going to be the base on which everything stands. If you are mentally upset, if you're mentally depressed, if you're mentally not, relaxed, nothing will seem right. Nothing will seem okay. You will feel a lot of different kind of emotions which will hamper the way you take care of your child. So don't feel embarrassed. Don't feel bad talking to anyone about this. If you don't have anybody, even in your family or friends, that you can talk to, you always have Mylo. You can always get onto Mylo. You can go ahead and put in your story, put in your question, and we are all there to help you. We are all there to support you. You can tell us your story, you can tell us what you're feeling, and we will go ahead and help you and tell you what you can do and what you shouldn't. So yes, you have a huge help in this as well. So do not ignore it at all. Do not say, oh, it's just, baby blues and it'll just go away. Yes, baby blues go away, but if it's not going away for a long period of time, don't ignore it. Take care of yourself, because it's just you. You are the mommy. There's just one mommy your baby has. So it's just you. Take care of yourself. Take care of your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health. Take care of your baby. Love yourself as much as you love your baby. You have done a wonderful thing. You've just given birth to a human being. I mean, nothing can be better than that. Nothing. So you've done an amazing thing. Be proud. Be happy. Enjoy it. Love you all. Take care. Bye.